Guten Tag. Welcome to the weekly meeting, March 30th, end of the quarter, end of the second quarter. Um,
All right, it's the end of the second physical quarter.
well, quarters are always going to run fiscal years. You just have some people who are slow and don't understand that this is the second quarter because I see some people saying this is the first quarter.
Hey,
And yeah, but I'm just saying, like, explain it to people in the back, like this is the end of the second quarter for the physical year, the financial market year, not the quarter in terms of 2024. Yeah.
If you're in the markets, hopefully you understand the fiscal year. The government's budget runs on fiscal years, so uh, we all should be. I mean, some things that we're gonna have to start actually doing a little research. I get it. I'm with you, Leandra. But if we're honest, um, saying it for the people in the back doesn't help. Like the people in the back got to start taking notes.
hey,
People in the back got to do some research. We're never going to discuss enough to make somebody efficient on this Saturday call. I mean, we've discussed a lot of things over the years, and all the stuff that we've discussed is still relevant. It's just we don't really talk about it every week, kind of like market structure. Um, we have to kind of create a baseline level of knowledge. And then we just take that knowledge and we kind of keep adding to the tool belt. And eventually we'll have enough tools that whatever happens in the market, we just reach in and grab whatever tool we need. That's kind of the idea behind the meetings and whatnot. And eventually, my idea behind the actual group is, maybe in 3 or 4 years, we'll have 3 or 4 millionaires. And when it's a project that comes up and it's some things that you want to do with money, you don't have to go deal with no bank. You can go in with 3 or 4 people that you already know, and you can handle the project. Whether that's buying a commercial piece of real estate, whether it's buying an apartment complex, whatever the case may be. Um, and at least you'll know that the people you're going in with, have access to the bank. So, anywho, going into the quarter, guess we can look at the dollar. Dollar has a bearish order block with the tap in. Maybe we'll start seeing the dollar fade off. Kind of makes sense. If the dollar fades off, then it's kind of in line with a bull market. So I do expect to see the dollar to start fading. I did look at the COT report. It kind of reflects. I want to see the euro start rising, which this is a great mirror image of what we got going on. Oh, there's GU. GU is pretty similar. Similar. Mm, mm. I would have really liked to see a bullish order block. We didn't get it. I expect that we'll probably get a little pullback on oil. I like where we're at right now, but I still think we're going to end up going higher. Gold, I'll just fib this candle, expect a pullback, but maybe not even a deep pullback, for gold and the indices and whatnot. I'm not going to wait for healthy price action you know, I think at some point it's just going to be time to pull the trigger and start riding some of this stuff to the upside in this bull market. We already know the indexes are all pushing super tall. So I would appreciate any type of a pullback, and then I'm riding. I'm hopping in with the mini, and I'm riding with the small lot size up.
Hey, real quick, see that bottom doji candle in the most recent
This-
deep pull? What? No, the next one. Yeah, what? So that was the bottom of the market right there. We've been in a bull market since then, since 22. It's gone up. And if you fib from the previous base, that's probably going to be like a 62% pullback, that November 22 doji candle. And price action is at the negative 27 right now. I would argue it's already time to get in. You know, it's been time to get in.
Well, I would say that too. But what I'm saying is, I want to see a small pullback instead of just buying at the top of the candle. So if this month starts with a pullback, then that'll be great for me. Let's look at the week candle. I know one of these has at least a daily bearish order block. Let me see what the week looks like. This is a bullish order block for the week. Then we have the bearish order block setting up. So maybe this pulls back to this area. I'm not necessarily waiting for a deep pullback, but I want some sort of a pullback. This is interesting. You get an inside bar right here on this weekly candle. So maybe we are going to pull back to this level. I don't know. You know, everybody kind of has to play it by ear. I'm personally not trying to buy at the very top. I want at least a small pullback. And I realize we probably won't end up pulling back to where I would like it to pull back to, but you know, everybody kind of has to play this by ear. This is the end of a quarter. Maybe we'll get a pullback. Maybe we won't. But I am going to get in for the buy. And, you know, it's one of those situations I'm going to trade like I did with the oil, you know. If it starts to pull back too much, I'll throw a hedge. But because I understand that we're going up, I'll fade it or hedge it until it starts taking off. And that's just how it's going to be. Because I don't want to miss any more of the bull run myself. And trying to time the pullback is kind of it's kind of crazy, man. Like, you know, maybe we can pick a time frame, and when it touches the moving average, you hop in and you manage your trade on that time frame. I don't know what that looks like for each individual trader, but I think we're about to get a touch, you know. So you guys are going to have to kind of work that out as individuals. If you're planning on taking part in the buying action on this bull run. Anybody have any questions about that? Okay.
Yeah, I did want to say that we really want to remember how gold dropped when Japan raised their interest rates. You want to remember that, right? Because it was very specific. The whole market went down and touched the bottom because of the raising of Japan's interest rates. We won't say that that's the reason why everything dropped, but everything dropped to a specific support level, and now they're all heading up to break resistance. Now we kind of know what makes it push with that much momentum in the opposite direction. We know we have to wait until next FOMC to get any of that type of volatility again. So outside of that, the market manipulation that we're going to see from now until then, it was only the Japan interest rate that kept gold down for just a little bit. So now nothing can hold it down. So you got to remember that.
If y'all are gonna participate, you can probably pick your time frame that you're gonna want to see your a pullback to. So if y'all are buying gold, I'm assuming. I mean, a lot of people are already in the gold. So if y'all are already in, then it is what it is. But if you're on the sideline and gold is something that you're trading up, you probably just want to pick a pullback level, right? And I mean, there are 1,000 different ways to do it. I know the weekly order block is up. I don't think the 2-week order block. Yeah, 2-week is next week. Yeah, so you have to use either the weekly. We got the monthly candle close. We got the quarterly candle close. So just dial in on whatever you're doing, whatever your strategy is. Under leverage, don't over leverage. Because if the trade goes against you for a little bit, you just have to pucker up, hold your cheeks tight, and wait for it to start rolling in your direction. Hedge if you got to. Does everybody know what they're trading? Man, gold got a crazy monthly candle. Is Kim on the call?
I wanted to mention also, we have a few times during the meetings where people are saying, okay, well, it's at an all-time high. We don't know where it's going. You got to depend on institutional levels of trade. Everything that we're talking about here relates to price. So it relates dollar by dollar value. So if gold is going to an all-time high, it's got to go to 2,500. So that's just, it's going from 2,000 to 2,250 to 2,500 to 2,750 to 3,000. Those are the levels that it's going to react at. And you don't have to catch the trade. You just need to see the reaction off the actual number. Once you get a reaction off these numbers, you can then play the chalk. So it's not hard to do at all. It's going to take a while for gold to get to 2,500, but you just wait till it gets there and then you can make your move. And if you think about where it came from 2250, 2150, right? Then to 2250. From 2250, it's supposed to go to 2,500. If it doesn't go to 2,500, then it's probably going to go back to 2,000, because those are the important levels that the whole world trades on. So when you finally understand that, you can navigate your way from 2250 to 2,500, or from 2250 back down to 2,000. And that's how you find your pullback zone.
The list of weekly order blocks is horrible this week, but opportunities are many.
Yeah, patience is everything. Any pair, anywhere.
Anybody want to share the chart? Everybody know what they're trading. Everybody understand what's going on.
Yes, sir.
Hey, we say this every month, every month. Every month we talk about it. We have these vast opportunities. Everybody
I
understand
thought the
that.
dollar was buying.
Who is that? TT?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, if you thought the dollar was buying, then you know that you got to buy it.
Isn't it
Well, look at it.
Bush?
Is it?
Oh, hold on. Hold on
Is
one
this?
second. I got a call coming in. I'm sorry.
So y'all, make sure you're looking at your candles when they close, right? This candle just closed. To me, this is not bullish. If this is bullish to you, then buy it. You know what I'm saying? This is not bullish to me. To me, we got a bearish order block. We got to tap in.
It's an inside bar.
I'm looking for a sell. So if I go to this monthly candle, it's basically a wick. I can't really see what I need to see out of here. Now I'm at the weekly. I have a push up, right? I got price rounding out. I have a bearish order block that we've tapped in once before. We pushed down. We're coming back. It's either going to push higher and break, or it's going to come lower and push, right? If it turns and pulls back now, then it's basically a double top right here and a push back down. That's what I personally expect to see. But you have to mark your levels on your chart, right? That the 3-month candle for me tells me that this is going to be a bearish move. So it doesn't mean I can go in here on Monday and start selling, right? But it means that I need to look for bearish signatures on my chart. I need to see price respect the levels, and I need to see price push down, right? You know, if I'm hyper aggressive, I can get in for a sell on the rejection, and I can catch the push down. If I'm a little bit less, I can see it break this neckline, retest, and then start selling. However you see this happening is the way that you need to work, you need to trade it, right? If for whatever reason price can holds this level and pushes up and it breaks the top of this structure here, then I'm bullish. But until that happens, you know, I can't trade bullish. I don't personally trade a lot of GU and EU myself, but that's how I'm looking at it, right? I'm also bearish on my EJ and NJ and AJ. Let me go to those charts. Guess I can go to GJ too. GJ is a bullish order block, but I need to see it sell at least to tap in, right? So I would be looking for shorts in that one. I'm already in a short for EJ. I guess we caught EJ at the top of that when it pierced this level up here. I got it, you know. So
Hey,
I'm in for the short. You know, I personally think it can keep selling, you know, but we don't ever have to. I mean, it's way too early to even argue on whether it's going to keep selling or not. All I know is I want to sell it back down to the order block. So I entered the trade, you know, me and a few other people, and you know, it's pushing, right? We 140 pips, maybe 150 pips.
Catbird.
Caddy bird. Almost 200 pips for me. So I tried to get Selena in there too, but you know, Selena always does her own thing.
I am in EJ. Thank
she
you
was
very
she was at the
much.
Jamaican party. She was at the Jamaican party, so she didn't get in.
Whatever. I am in EJ. Stop it.
So Selena, you gave up 100 pips pretty much. You're the last person in the trade.
Ugh.
Oh my God. Anyway. Yeah, so we'll see how that is. I do expect a pullback before it continues to drop, and probably a pullback to around this level. If I look at the daily, maybe that was a 4-hour. Yeah, we're bullish. So I expect to pull back to about this level. And then I'm adding, Selena, you know, I don't know if you're doing it. I'm adding.
I am adding once it does pull back.
We'll see. But
I have
anyway,
an alert set right where you have your red line. Thank
Yeah,
you.
right.
Very much. I do.
okay. All right, Selena. I trust you. Mhm. So, so you know, however you're choosing, let me see, UJ. I didn't like the price action last week on UJ,
I
even though
think Kim is in UJ.
but it did the same thing. It did the same thing. It just bull crap. Now it is going to set, but it was just bull crap. I looked at this Friday because I was going to hop in it, and then it just didn't. It didn't do nothing. So I'm definitely bearish on the dollar and the JPYs. If you are, then I think you'll find yourself with a lot of opportunity. Here in the coming week. And you know, I just think you have to kind of sit on your trade. You know, it's a lot of people that do a lot of chart watching. Y'all watch everybody else get into their pair, and then you miss your own pair. But if you're trading this could have been a chalk, right? When it comes back up. To me, there's another chalk right here. When it comes back up. So you could have entered anywhere in here. And if you're very conservative, you could have put your stop above the swing high, and you could target this large swath of pip. If you're not sure, you can fib this entire up move. Trade it back to the 50, to the discount zone. It's probably a level of quiddity right there. So you can probably trade it to that quiddity if you're not sure that it's going to sell. Then it'll get a reaction. And then if you trust it by then maybe you can take another short. However you see it, it's kind of hard for me. It works on my psyche, trying to convince people why I say it's selling or whatever, like I just think everybody kind of has to see it. You either see it or you don't. And I think the trading opportunity will be there. Another way you can look at this is you can fib this green candle. You can mark your zone, mark your 78. Maybe you're interested in taking the trade back to these levels. And you can see the golden zone is at the bottom of this, which makes perfect sense. If you took a trade like this, it's about, I don't know, 500 pips, 490 pips. So that would be a nice little move. The 78 is further down. And if you're, if by then the market sentiment, if you believe the market sentiment is bearish for the dollar, like I believe it's bearish for the dollar, then maybe you can just hold on to your trade. But however you're going to do this, the opportunity is there. And I remember coming into the year, catching this trade. I didn't stay in it, but just thinking all we had to do was hold our trade. We could have put one trade in and took profit on Friday or on Wednesday or on Friday. It doesn't matter. I mean, that's a lot of pips. From January, 1,000 pips, man.
That's crazy.
In January to March, right?
Yeah.
That's what people would call the first quarter of the year. That's not the fiscal quarter, but it's the January to March.
Bruh, like, listen, man, this is the second year in a row it did that too. So,
and what's funny is you get a bullish order block and you think it won't go all the way back down there, and all of a sudden you get this big red candle. It's like it's unbelievable, but that's how it works.
So anyhow, the opportunity is there. If you under leverage, you don't have nothing to worry about. If y'all don't know what under leveraging is, hit Selena up.
Well, you got jokes, but that's okay though.
They'll explain it to you. I'm not even joking. I'm
sure will. I still got money. So you call it what you want to call it. Sean, did you come off mute to laugh at me?
No, my bad. That's OG. I
Oh,
noticed I do sound like Sean. I think we sound the same.
Lord, have mercy.
Oh my God.
I do enough cussing for me and Sean, so he lets me do it.
Well, I tell you what, if that's the only thing that you can say about me is I under leverage, hey, I'll take that.
You get your money.
That's
Yeah,
it.
listen, that's cool. I mean, all you had to do was under leverage your oil trade.
Oh,
But anywho,
thank you.
there's a lot of opportunity for everybody. If you under leverage and this thing goes 300 pips, you can decide for yourself if you want to add another position. If it goes another 300 pips, you can decide for yourself if you want to add another position. We're on top of the moves. We're just not executing the moves like professionals. And that's fine. That's fine. This is we're in the minor, we're still minor league players. So all we have to do now that we're able to see the big picture moves coming, all we need to do is take part. Right? We're going to get a pullback. Bruh, trade the pullback. I mean, trade the pullback. You know it's going to at least pull back 100 pips. You don't believe in that weekly candle? Daily Bears, what about?
Todd, you in the cell for UJ already?
Huh?
Are you in the cell for UJ already?
I'm in the cell for EJ. I was going to get in for UJ, but it was playing.
I had my alert for that, 1-5.
I can't hear you. Say it
Can you
again.
hear me now? Hear me now?
Yeah, something wrong with your mic, Ty. You underwater.
Okay, I took my headphones off.
Okay. Now you said what now?
Is that better?
That's a lot better.
Okay, what am I saying? I have my alert set for 151029 for the, I think it's the 1 hour.
On UJ?
Yeah, for that break.
1510-2.
151029
Hey,
for
hey,
break.
Kai,
Yeah.
this is exactly what you get for not being on the dark side. You hang out with your girl. Hey, you hang out with your girl, man. Y'all, this is the action, man. Let me show
Okay.
you. Look, Kai. Let me show you what the dark side.
So I missed 42 pips, right? That's what you're saying?
42 pips. No, man. Look what your girl. Even Selena in this trade. See that?
Not you, Jay. I'm
Well,
talking about you,
listen,
Jay.
I know, but you was looking at UJ and you should have been looking at EJ.
I was at EJ. I got out
But,
though.
why you get out?
I don't know.
Oh my God.
I made
Right, Kai.
I made my 20% and I left because I didn't know what I was about to do.
What do you mean you didn't know?
She made her 20%. She was good.
No, the Marcus was getting credit. I made what I was
But no,
trying to
y'all,
make.
let's talk about this, please. Let's talk. Let's discuss, because this is what I mean by we see the move, but we're not executing the move like professionals. So let's discuss why you got out the trade. So what made you get out of the trade?
Honestly,
Yeah, I'm curious.
I over leveraged and I made what I wanted to make and I got out. That's why I got out. I didn't want to pull back where I had.
Okay. And listen, this could very well pull 100 pips.
Right.
You know, maybe it pulls back way up here. I don't know. But my goal was not to collect 100 pips. My goal is to collect the big move on the other side. And here's what I mean, guys. Like, if this is a bullish order block, even if it buys up a little bit first to put the wick on this 3-month candle, I want to see it push down. You know, so if I fib this green candle, this will be my expectation for this particular move. I can trade it all the way to this level, which was, since I cut it from all the way at the top, about a 500 pip move for me. And, you know, Selena's about 100 pips behind. She still got so.
Do you think it'll go back all the way up to 164?
Well, I listen. No, I don't think it will, but I don't know. I think that we're going to get a push up first, and then we're going to get a drop. So I you know, I
That
hesitate.
means she can get back in if she wants to.
Well, she
That's
can
what I'm
get
saying.
back.
I plan on getting back in. I
So
just
listen,
didn't,
y'all,
you know.
this is how I look at it. The first 2 days of next week, I expect to see a green candle. I expect to see the push up. So wherever it goes, that's cool. And for me, I can over leverage on the buy up because I have all this equity already built for the sell. And when I say all that equity, if you have a 0.02 lot size and you got $20 in equity and you want to buy it up, yeah, that's cool. You know, you got $20 in equity, you got all that equity built up, you can put you a you know, whatever, a 0.05, a 0.10 for the buy. Because if you know you expect it to buy up the first 2 days, and then maybe you want to cut it off once it starts spurting out, once it starts rejecting, even if you don't catch the top of the buy. And then once it starts selling, you can add another sell. But this is this is how I trade, right? I don't have to get the tippy top of every move, and I don't have to get the very bottom of every move. But if I'm already in and I've had equity built up, then I can buy it up. I can over leverage for 4 hours. I can over leverage for 8 hours, whatever the case may be. And then whenever it gets, you know, to my area, or I get sleepy, or, you know, I get tired of even watching it, I can cut the trade off. And once it starts, or I can just have set a sell stop down here if I don't, you know, want to pay attention. Because this is such a long move. Once it turns around and picks you up, you have time to manage that trade. However you decide to do it, you just have to come up with a game plan, and you have to stick to your guns.
Now, I think your experience level and how you're able to verbalize it, you're so good at what you do, you can say what you're doing. A lot of people can't say what they're doing. Even if they say they're not confident. They don't sound like they know what they're talking about. You got to get around people who know what they're talking about. That's why we have the beginner's course, so you can at least verbalize the basics, because you have to say what you're doing. If what you're doing is not working, like you're saying, over leveraging and you got out quickly, well, you didn't have to get out. You could have took partial and then under leveraged and still kept the catbird position. These are the types of things you got to be able to put in words for yourself. But we are anxiety driven. We're afraid. We're not sure. We got to get to that confidence level where we're trusting our trade. Okay, you can over leverage, but take out maybe 90% and leave 10%. Now you're not
Yeah.
over leveraged. You don't have to be afraid of it at that point.
Yeah, I had a few positions that wasn't catbird. That's why I got out of that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I didn't want to.
And you have people around you. So ask them what they think before you just make an emotional decision based on anxiety. You have plenty of time to get out of the trade. Just ask someone. That EJ trade was beautiful. Everybody saw it. It was the best trade to be on, including Chef JPY. It was a good one too.
Yeah, and the chef lowered their interest rates, so
Right.
I do expect this thing to get that free fall action. $9.54 to the imbalance. It's about 1,000 pips, almost 900 pips from where it is now to this imbalance.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you know, these are all, in my opinion, good plays for the long term. Plays you don't have to keep watching your phone. Like once you get in, and it starts going your direction, you can just chill. If that's the type of trade that you're looking for, you know, you might want to look at Chef JPY or the rest of the chef, Euro Chef, you know, USD Chef. I expect to see a pullback, and then I expect Euro Chef to push up GBP chef. Because we know the fundamentals behind why the price is pushing up. I think USD chef still has a bearish order block, but I do expect that to pull back and keep pushing too. Because of the fundamentals behind the trade. Is everybody sure that they are good to go? Does anybody need help? Anybody confused?
Oh, can we look at Euro Chef?
TT, are you good with the dollar?
Oh, yeah. I'm good with the dollar. I actually I have I think like just you are talking about like more so a higher time frame, and I was talking about more so a lower time frame.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. You're good to go. Thank you. Sure.
I can try to screen share from my phone, but
Are you in this trade, or are you just looking at? Analyze?
I'm looking at it because I like it for the buy.
Do you expect it to pull back first?
Well, hold on, let me look at what I have here. To me, this looks like it already gave a really nice pullback.
On the monthly?
On the daily, it hit the 78, and
So
then
you're talking about a short-term buy.
yeah, like a short-term buy for the week.
All week?
Well, whatever day it wants to present itself, but I feel like it started to present itself already, because it did hit the 78 and then started to push back up, and like on the 15-minute, on the 30-minute, and the 1 hour already broke higher, and now it created the higher high. And I honestly see this just continuing that push higher into the the weekly move, or even if it may not even take a week. It may take a few days.
Okay. I don't think we'll violate this high.
Yeah.
I think you got
Wait,
rejected.
what how you talk? What's that? 9.823? That's
9.823.
what you're talking about?
Yeah. So this is just what I think. I think we're gonna pull back. I think we got wick rejections at this level 2 weeks in a row. You got the close of a monthly candle, and you got the close of the quarterly candle. So I think price needs to pull back. Even if it doesn't pull back to your monthly golden or your quarterly golden zone, I think we're gonna at least pull back to the monthly golden zone.
I do see that as well. I do see that it could be a tricky buy. And I do see that super long wick rejection on the weekly.
So here's what interests me, TT, about a buy, right? Unless you're on a very low time frame trader, there's your chalk on the daily. Like even Kim that was a chalk. Now, well, I know it's funny, but really, because you got a whole candle closed, not even a wick rejection, but
it's still higher high.
Now you get 230
It
Charlie
hasn't started
locked up.
to sell yet though.
Listen to what
So that's the
Kim-
only
Oh,
reason
that's
why
it.
I'm
Yeah.
saying,
I get it, but what I just want to finish explaining. This area right here is your imbalance that price needs to trade into
Thank you.
before it sells.
Yeah.
So if you're buying this, you know, you might, that's cool. But the runway for your buy, you know, could stop at 15 pips. It could go higher. It could go into this a little bit, but in my opinion, it's not going to go higher than these 47 pips. So if you're buying this, just keep that in mind. Like set you some alerts or whatever, because I think price is going to stall out in this area and then it'll start pushing down. Now it's not going to be a smooth ride because you got you're in the middle of an institutional candle here. So it's probably going to bump. Then it's going to fall. It'll bump around this area. You might get some rejection, right? So at least price will probably push up first and then take all week to come down these 100 pips.
Can you go back to the weekly? Now that's 8 weeks in a row. That's the strongest push this pair has probably had in years. I don't know, but that's a lot. Now we remember last year the dollar went bullish. What was it, 12 weeks in a row?
Yep.
And the pullback was insane. So we'll go back and look through this pair and find out the last time it had 8 weekly candles in a row, and then go kind of see what kind of reaction it does. And that would be your back test.
I think we can see the drops. But
Now we remember when we were talking so much crap about Chef when it did that nasty little move all the way down. nothing, and then breaker block. Now it's a breaker block with a bullish leg coming off support. That's what you want to see. So you need that deep retracement. You're gonna get it. Chef is doing what it's supposed to do.
Alpha 2. The 2 Alpha Golf.
See, when you pull it out in geographical view, you see the pullback zone. It's right back where it came from, right where the momentum started. Yeah,
Go ahead.
that's it.
I would really look for a pullback to this area.
Yeah.
If you want to buy this, just make sure you buy it understanding where we are.
And TT, if I can just explain it to you in easier terms.
There you go. And Kim turn.
Shut up, Ty. Can you go back to the the daily or the weekly? You can go back to the weekly. That's fine. TT, can you hear me? Oh, okay.
Yes, I just have to mute because it's a lot going on.
No, that's fine. That's fine. If you look at the weekly, it broke it broke the swing high, which is that swing high. So once it breaks a swing high, that's when you should expect it. I would expect it. I would be looking for it to come back to the 78.
From this low right here, this low.
Of the full move, yeah.
Kim.
Sorry, what? No.
Kim, you studying like Ty.
Don't do it. Nope. Don't do it.
That's the 78.
I know. I know.
Even Kim got the shot, yeah.
Nah.
Ty. You see Kim coming over to the dark side? Ty?
No, I am not coming to the dark side. No, sir.
Hey,
No.
Kai, you see it. There's an imbalance right there too, TT.
Yeah, so I understand that this is a break, on the bigger time frame on the weekly and everything. I was just talking about a short term buy for
But a
the
14
next
pip
few
buy?
days. But I obviously like I like UJ better. I actually had that marked up. I was gonna share my chart, but it's kind of loud sometimes over here. But I like how the other the other pair looks much better than this. I was just going over a couple pairs, but I do understand that this is a weak buy. But I also understand that I'm not going to sell it until I see the sale. At least on the 15, 30 minute or 1 hour, and I didn't see that yet. So
Yeah. And like he's saying about buying for 15 pips, I don't think it's worth it.
I'm okay, so
I would just let it buy by itself and then see if it breaks the high again. And then when it pulls back, then I would buy. And then meandering at support, it'll probably just drop.
Maybe it'll pull back right here.
Yeah.
And I would have to protect this swing low right here, just in case.
That's the having the accountability for yourself. You have to put the stop loss right there. If you get stopped out, you get stopped out. You have to do that.
Yeah, it's just that's a lot for me for 2%, 2% gain.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
it's all good. I was just going over it. I'm not going to actually take everything that I see, but just going over
For
a
sure.
few pairs that I marked up
Well,
so far.
you do have an opportunity to take a trade, and if it stops out, as long as you're not over leveraged, it really don't hurt. So
I
you can really
probably,
take any
because I
idea.
like EJ much better, I'm not gonna take a lower,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
yeah. Even another pair, I just have to finish analyzing some of the other pairs. But when they present themselves a little bit better, get into my area. But I do like EJ because I had that marked up. It's in the short-term buy right now. The short, I mean, like it's pulling back, should I say. It's pulling back for the entry that I like. So, yeah.
I think CAD JPY is going to be another good one. So anybody who's not in a JPY sell, this is the catbird. This is probably gonna come back up. It might even take the liquidity out the top of this wick. I mean, this honestly could come back up here, but buys for 2 days in a row. I mean, this might take all the liquidity. So this is a decent pair to watch. I doubt if it'll take liquidity because we broke these lows. Now it looks like, let me just fib this range. This is the 78. So when this pair finishes pushing up, I mean this would be a good looking trade. Got the initial push down. We broke these lows. It's a complex pullback. It hit the 62. It might push up and come up here to the 78. This red line represents where that imbalance is closed. So if you can catch price around this level, this will be a great trade to sell.
Also, UCHEF on the radar.
Yeah, UCHEF is pulling back. All right, anybody else got questions? And that's a beautiful order block on that 16 now. Bruh. Everybody good?
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Thank you, Todd.
All righty, everybody have a good one.
Thank you.
Have a good one, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You
Good
too.
job. Good job.